Hello, this is Raylene with the Kip and Ray Zoom Art class. And this is our third class. And this one will be on the great artists of Matisse and Van Gogh. And we are going to revisit shape, which we've already visited. Our first lesson did the basic shapes of the square, triangle, rectangle, diamond, circle, and star. And we went into three-dimensional. Kip did a demo on all the main shapes. This is just the sphere. In our second lessons, we moved from that, which was based in Picasso, to Monet and Cezanne. And these are some imitations of Monet's lily pads done on different mediums. I did this on watercolor. It's watercolor paper on watercolor. And then some acrylics on cardboard in the back with purple. And in the front, we've got like a canvas board. And I put acrylic on it, which is very nice and something older kids would do. If you look over here, you've got Kip's nice acrylic artworks. He did these in high school, and he's really into the abstract thing. And that's what he's going to be doing a little bit more of today after I tell you a little bit about Matisse and Van Gogh. So Matisse had a really interesting story, and I just wanted to read some of the beginning and talk about him. Henri Matisse was one of the most important painters of the 20th century. He said he wanted his artwork to give people pleasure and be soothing, kind of like a comfortable armchair you can rest in after a hard day's work. Kind of what we need during COVID-19 and the pandemic right now. So I thought he would be a very good one to focus on. You can see, just like the lily pads, he's doing water, but he's got goldfish here. This was done in 1911, and it's at the Museum of Fine Arts in Moscow, Russia right now. Here we say that it says Henri Matisse's greatest works do just what he wanted. Okay, just like we said, by perfectly balancing simple shapes, like we studied earlier, and beautiful colors, which we will do more of today. His paintings seem to make you feel good all over. Don't we all want to feel good all over during the pandemic? That would be the nice thing to feel, right? Anyways, my kids are laughing at me because it isn't a feel-good time, is it? But paintings do bring us there, even if we're feeling rotten. So sometimes Henry added decorative lines and colorful patterns to his paintings. He often let the plain white canvas show through in spots to give his colors a bright, sparkling feel. So perhaps Kip may show you a little bit of pattern today. And here's a portrait. He did some lovely portraits too. And we will visit one of them in just a minute. He was born in France in 1869. And interestingly enough, he didn't show any interest in art in his younger years. Catch that, Claire. That's kind of important. His parents owned a general store that sold seeds, grain, and household goods. Henry's father expected him to either work at the store or become a lawyer, of all things, when he grew up. Henry ended up going to law school and doing what his dad said. It wasn't until Henry was 20 years old that he discovered how much he loved art. While Henry was recovering from a very, very serious illness called appendicitis, well, I guess it wasn't that serious, but it was, his mother gave him a box of paints so he would have something to do. Many of you may want to have something to do right now. So this was the most important moment in Henri Matisse's life. Suddenly, he was no longer bored. Henry found out he loved to paint. And he got better and better, and he got a job as a lawyer anyways. He took some art classes early in the morning before work started, and soon he was spending more and more of his time drawing and painting instead of being a lawyer. He painted all different things. He even used the papers at work at his legal office to paint on. Kind of like what we're going to do today. We're going to use cardboard we found out of the trash, basically. You can find cardboard in all sorts of places that you can do art on. Something to just pay attention to. So now I'm going to show you a couple. And interesting enough, the artist we study, Claude Monet, is someone that he studied. He was an Impressionist, and Matisse studied the Impressionists. He loved new colors. You can see right here, he did a beautiful, colorful, pointillistic painting. But the one that I remember the most and I like the most is this painting, The Woman with the Hat, in 1905. It's oil and canvas. And interesting enough, you can go see this. It's at the San Francisco Museum of Modern Art. That's a close city. Or you can look, they probably have an online viewing of it. And that's it on Matisse. Now I'm going to show you a little bit about Van Gogh. Van Gogh is probably one of the best known artists of all time. We know him very well. This is a painting. I actually did a copy of this painting at one time. He's said to have been one of the most tragic artists who ever lived. Nothing ever seemed right for him, and he wasn't super happy. But he still did amazing things. He was born in Holland. And here's some images. So you can see he got into the dark colors. A lot of the artists, when they're depressed, they go into dark colors. But here's a bright one again. This is a beautiful painting, a scenery. That's what I like most about Van Gogh, is his sceneries. And so I'm going to pop over to the last page here, almost. Actually, this is a well-known painting. This is called The Bedroom of Arles. So you can see how a bedroom can be drawn in perspective, kind of like we were drawing shapes. And this is the one that he's famous for, Starry Night. Starry Night is a nice scenery with using spheres, circles. There's all kinds of circles, and there's spirals, wave-like looking designs in the sky. You can see there's a pattern, just like I was talking about. And that's, oh, actually this, I'll show you this. This is beautiful too. You can see the patterns in the trees, the wiggly lines. Maybe Kip will draw something from nature today, or paint something of nature. I don't know. He said he was going to draw something abstract, so we will see. Thank you. And that's it for our intro. We will be revisiting the artists, some other new artists next week, but I would like to do more pop art and collage next week, and these are the two books that I'm going to reference. And that's it. Thank you. We'll see you in another